This is an incredible time for Workday. We're talking about AI.
It's the most consequential technology I've seen in my lifetime.
We're on the cusp of something truly special in the world of AI.
Hello and welcome. I'm Berea Shaffer, Vice President of Connected Experiences at Workday. I'm excited to talk to you about what feels like one of the hottest topics in the world of work, Agentic AI. We'll be diving deep into what Agentic AI is, why it matters, and how Workday is leading the way in helping organizations harness its power. I'm joined today by my friend and Workday's Vice President of Experience Platform, Katie Holden.
Thank you, Berea. Agentic AI is all the rage right now, and for a good reason. For those who are new to the term, Agentic AI refers to a new class of AI that can enable users to interact with enterprise software in a much more natural and intuitive way. You can provide the AI with an outcome or a goal that it can then independently solve for. So it's not just about automating simple tasks anymore. These AI agents can understand complex requests, reason about the best approach, and even take action on your behalf.
It is truly a game changer. Agentic AI has the potential to revolutionize how we work, making us more productive, efficient, and ultimately more fulfilled in our jobs.
So recently, Workday unveiled our new Workday's Agent System of Record and our vision for how the workforce of the future will be managed in the world of Agentic AI. We also showcase some of the incredible innovations we're working on. And we're giving you an all-access pass to the highlights and key takeaways from our announcement right here.
Let's hear our CEO, Carl Eschenbach, talk about the transformative power of Agentic AI. Take a look.
Please welcome Workday's Chief Executive Officer, Carl Eschenbach.
Good afternoon. Today's an exciting day for Workday. We're doing an exciting launch of both technology and products. As I look around the room, many of you have been in the industry for quite some time. And we've all experienced major tectonic shifts over the last 20 or 30 years, whether it was cloud, whether it was mobile, whether it was big data. We don't even have social on here. We don't have distributed computing. And they all drove massive gains in productivity. But today, we're talking about something fundamentally different. We're talking about AI. And I would venture to say that AI has the potential to have more impact than all tectonic shifts of the past in aggregate. And there's three different ways we're applying AI when we think about Illuminate. First, we're leveraging generative AI to help accelerate how people work, to work faster, to work smarter. We're leveraging co-pilots to assist people in their daily tasks to make them more productive. And last, we talked about transform. How do we leverage AI to truly transform your business? And when we talked about it, we launched 4 different agents at Rising. And those agents, some of them are in the market and are already having major impact. We're here today not to talk about the assist or accelerate, but really talk about how do we truly transform business through the power of AI. And we know it's all going to be about agents. We're all excited about agents and the potential impact it can have in the enterprise. That being said, everyone's talking about a lot of agents. In fact, there's some people out there who are talking about we're going to have thousands of agents coming into the enterprise. Not a agent, literally thousands. This is exciting because of the potential. At the same time, I said I would talk about risks. Who's onboarding these agents? Who's managing them? Who has governance, control, access rights over these agents? Today, what we're seeing, they're coming in through all different organizations and all different functions. That's a risk. Many of you remember the old adage, shadow IT, and how we wanted to bring control back into the CIO's office to make sure we were protected in the enterprise. For me, I remember almost 25 years ago a technology called virtual machines. Virtual machines were powerful. They could be spun up in literally seconds. And because of the power of them, people started to use them very quickly, and you had VM sprawl. What we want to focus on today is how do we avoid agent sprawl? That's what we're talking about. The question is simple. Who will you trust to bring these agents into the enterprise? And we believe at Workday, we're well positioned to do that.
Carl really set the stage for our announcement. It was also fantastic to hear from our co-founder and executive chair, Anil Bhusri, and his powerful insights on AI's potential.
Let's take a look back at what he shared.
Anil, welcome.
I'm just going to take you on the journey that we went through in getting to the announcements we're going to make later today. And it's also part of a personal journey in terms of learning about AI, because it is very, very different than anything I've ever seen in my career, going back to, too many years. I won't talk about how many years, but so let's just dive into it. AI was not as easy to understand as every other computer science technology I'd ever seen in my life, and so I really decided to learn from the masters, spent time with founders of the AI companies, including Dario at Anthropic and my friends at Google, and it kind of opened up a new lens into what's happening in the world. The number one thing, Carl talked about this, it's the most consequential technology I've seen in my lifetime. And the reason is because it's trying to mimic the human brain. It's trying to reason. It's trying to use intuition to make decisions and use pattern recognition. And that's not what any technology we've experienced in our lives has ever done. We were all excited when the Gen AI technology showed up with OpenAI and Anthropic, but really it was about generating content. At Workday, we used it for things like generating job descriptions or filling out procurement forms, but those were not truly impactful for the business. They were nice to have, but they really didn't change the way companies operated. And then along came the agentic model, where agents act independently, they achieve goals, they learn, they adapt, they make decisions. And to us, that felt like that's very enterprise-centric, and it kind of relates well to what an employee does. I'm really excited about where this technology can lead us, and especially for all of our customers. So not to spend a lot of time in this, but why do we think that we're in the right place to be a leader in AI? We have the largest data set, in particular in HR, the single largest HR data set in the world. I think at this point, 70 million employee records. And we've been working on AI for a decade. It started out with machine learning. We've been doing it. We've been learning how to use the data, and this is just the next evolution. The unique knowledge we have, if you think about agents and think about them as employees, and that was a big insight. If you're having an agent do work and is tied to roles and skills, so you have a set of skills, and we capture that with the Skills Cloud. A set of skills combines a role. A role is an employee. So at the end of the day, these agents are effectively digital employees. Well, a digital employee, like an employee, needs to have an identity. They need to know where they sit in the organization. We are the only company that has the org model, right? So you need to know what security privileges that agent has. You got to onboard them, you got to offboard them. So the HR system ends up being the right platform to manage the agents, and not just the Workday agents, but third-party agents as well. And I hope for the customers in the audience, you trust us, and that's a really important part of doing this the right way. We're going to continue to earn that trust and do it the right way, but we hope that with you, we can figure out ways to deploy these agents in a very safe and secure way.
Anil really laid out the vision for how Agentic AI will reshape how we work.
In this next clip, David Summers, Workday's Chief Product Officer, introduces a groundbreaking new solution, Workday's Agent System of Record. It's a centralized system for managing an organization's entire fleet of AI agents. Let's watch that moment.
We're on the cusp of something truly special in the world of AI. And that brings us to why we're all here today. And as Anil introduced, the Workday Agent System of Record. This is a game changer. Imagine having a centralized command center for all of your AI agents. So why manage all of these agents in Workday? Well, when you look across the key capabilities that are needed for both employees and AI agents, the needs, they're surprisingly similar. You need capability around lifecycle management, workforce optimization, governance, and compliance for those agents. And Workday is focused on keeping humans at the center of all of this, always using AI, once again, to amplify their potential. This human-to-AI interaction is important now, and it's imperative in the future. So let's take a minute. Let's dive into the three major components that make up what we call the digital workforce management. Within the agent ecosystem itself, you'll find those native agents that I just mentioned that are built by Workday. Also, we fully expect all of you, our amazing customers and partners, to build agents as well. We also have plans in the near future to allow you to take the agents that our product teams build and allow you to extend those agents yourself to meet your specific needs. And finally, we welcome third-party partner agents into the mix, into the ecosystem. And that's when the magic actually starts to happen. Your custom-built agents as customers and those third-party partner agents actually interacting with Workday native agents all inside of Workday. This seamless collaboration is powered by the second key component of our digital workforce strategy, something we call the Agent Gateway.
That was phenomenal. I love how David highlighted the benefits of managing AI agents within Workday and the tools and the controls that the enterprise needs to navigate this exciting world of agentic AI.
Absolutely, Katie. Agent System of Record provides that centralized control, streamlining agent onboarding, ensuring security and compliance, and giving organizations the visibility they need to manage access in this ever-evolving landscape. It's all about striking that balance, empowering people with AI while also making sure it's done responsibly and ethically.
This also opens up a whole world of possibilities for how businesses can leverage AI. But don't just take our word for it.
Winston Weinberg, CEO and co-founder of Harvey, shared his insights on leveraging role-based AI agents to boost productivity while ensuring ethical and compliant practices.
One of the largest problems with enterprise adoption of AI agents is not actually going to be the reasoning ability or the capabilities of the agents, but actually making sure that they have the correct access to all of the applications, software, and permissions that we do as humans. So if you think about legal, say you're building an agent that will check all of the different compliance regulations in multiple countries against your employment contracts. You need to make sure that that agent not only has access to all of the regulations and all of the statutes and the case law, et cetera, but it also needs to have access to all of those employee contracts. And you don't want every single person in your business to have access to everyone else's contracts. As these agentic systems get better over time, they're not just going to have to access documents across different cross-functional teams, but they're also going to have to access a bunch of applications and have the correct controls to access those applications. And Workday is in the perfect position as the largest system of record to make sure that in a single centralized way, the agents are not accessing documents that the human using that agent wouldn't have access to in the first place. The main advantages of Workday's system of record is it allows folks that are creating agents to actually register them and make sure that all of the agent's actions are in compliance with the rest of your enterprise. If we get this right, role-based agents can supercharge productivity. Workday is already the trusted system of record for over 60% of the Fortune 500. They're in the perfect position to manage your digital workforce going forward.
It is so inspiring to see companies like Harvey innovating in this new era of agentic AI. And now, to help us unpack all of this and dive deeper into Workday's vision, we're joined by a very special guest, our Chief Product Officer, David Summers. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Berea and Katie. It's great to be here.
So, David, we're really excited about Workday's announcement for our agent system of record. But we also announced 4 agents, and I'd love to hear a bit more about those before we get into it. Can you tell us about the agents?
Sure. Before we jump into that, I want to remind everybody as well, we now have a total of 8 agents. We actually announced 4 role-based agents at Rising, including our recruiting agent, and we've seen a ton of success with that particular agent. We have now 1,600 recruiters, over 71 customers leveraging that live, and I think it's processed 700,000 job recs at this point. So pretty impressive stats for that particular agent. And yeah, we announced 4 new agents: our policy agent, our payroll agent, our contracts agent, and our financial auditing agent. One of the ways to think about what's coming next, and we have a lot more coming down the line when it comes to agents, is if you think about where those roles in Workday, and Workday is that system of work for those roles, that is where Workday is going to truly build our native opinionated agents.
Oh, fantastic. I think that makes a lot of sense. We have so many people in Workday working day in, day out, and agents, just an enormous opportunity for us to deliver those best-in-class agents right there. Okay, so then to take us to agent system of record, with all these role-based agents in the workforce, we know customers are going to need that place to centrally manage them. Tell us a bit more about the agent system of record announcement.
Yeah, and I mean, you hit on something key there. We see in the not too distant future where all of our customers will have lots of agents, not just agents built by Workday. And like I mentioned, we have a long list of role-based agents we believe we have the right to build, but they'll have agents that they build as well on third-party systems. And then, of course, we have partner agents. And so there will be a proliferation of agents across an organization, and you got to have a place to manage all of those. So just like you do for your employees within Workday, where you're able to onboard them, bring them into the system, give them specific roles, control access, that is exactly what you're going to need to do with your AI agents. And we believe Workday is best suited to help you do that.
So David, you mentioned bringing the same level of oversight and control to your digital workforce as you have for your human workforce. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I mean, Workday provides that type of governance for an organization's employees today. As a matter of fact, we do that for over, I think it's 70 million employees at some of the largest organizations in the world. We just talked about the proliferation of AI agents within an organization. You're going to want that same type of control with AI agents that you have with your workforce. And they're actually very similar at a high level. So things like lifecycle management, think onboarding and offboarding of employees and agents. You're going to want to have workforce optimization. How are you best utilizing your people and your agents? And then finally, governance and compliance over those agents.
Yeah, David, that is a great point. I mean, Workday is already the system of record for all of your employees, the roles. We already feed all the downstream systems for what they should have access to, whether it's data and applications. And IT CIO leaders are absolutely going to need that same level of controls for the agent workforce, which uses broad goals and many different steps to accomplish something. So I think that really hits home. Let's talk a bit more about the ecosystem side now.
Okay.
So the system of record, will it be only for agents built by Workday?
No, I mean, I hit on this earlier. We see that, proliferation of agents being a problem. You need to be able to manage all agents, whether it's native agents built by Workday, whether that's, once again, agents built by our customers. We plan on having the ability for those customers to even extend the agents that we've built. So taking those agents and actually adding new skills to those agents that our product teams build. And then finally, once again, third-party partner agents will be managed within the system of record as well. When you look at the digital workforce management ecosystem, it's really made up of 3 major components. There's the agent ecosystem itself, which we've talked a lot about here today. So Workday agents, customer-built and extended agents, and then finally our partner agents. Then there is another key component, which, Berea, you're very familiar with, is the agent gateway. Mm-hmm. And that's actually how third-party agents will interact and communicate with Workday agents inside of Workday. And then finally, there's the agent system of record itself, where you can register those agents and, like we talked about, manage all of those agents in one place.
And David, can you talk a little bit about the user experience side, the experience with Workday Assistant? How will that help employees interact with all of these different agents that they have access to?
Yeah, then that's a great question, and you hit on it. I mean, I think one of the big things that we're working on, and I think it's super exciting, is leveraging a known capability in Workday Assistant, and really taking that to the next level. And the idea there is to not make it confusing for the end user when they're in Workday. So they can go, say, to any place within Workday, ask a question within Workday Assistant itself, and get an answer. Even if that answer requires multiple agents on the back end, right, providing those answers. What the user doesn't see is all the complex orchestration underneath the hood that happens to get the right answer to them, and that's exactly what we want.
And how do partners fit into all of this?
Yeah, this is really where the Workday Marketplace comes in. We think it's going to be a thriving ecosystem, not just for partner agents, but also even Workday agents, where they can register any and all agents that they have available, and our joint customers can go out, browse, understand what agents are available, and with one click, easily download that capability into Workday, and it's that easy.
I love that. I think the idea of a marketplace discovering role-based agents for every facet of your enterprise is just sorely needed in this very fast-moving agentic landscape. David, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. It is clear that Workday is at the forefront of what is coming with agentic AI. And to our viewers, we encourage you to learn more about our vision for agentic AI and Workday's agent system of record solution by visiting our website, workday.com/agentic AI.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.